Welcome to this interactive explainer. Today, consider us your personal vocal coach. We're going to guide you through a proven, evidence-based warm-up that's specifically designed to help you absolutely conquer stage fright. Whether you're stepping onto a massive physical stage or just logging into a high-stakes virtual meeting, preparation is everything.
You know that feeling, right? Your palms get super sweaty, your mouth goes completely dry, and maybe your voice even shakes a little right before you step up to speak. Look, if you've been there, you are definitely not alone. It is completely normal to experience these physiological symptoms of anxiety. When we face a crowd, our autonomic nervous system often triggers a fight, flight, or freeze response. But here's the best part. You don't have to stay stuck in that feeling. We're going to learn exactly how to actively pull you out of that frozen state and regain total control.
So here is your 3-step pre-speech warm-up plan. We'll be covering 1. Beating public speaking anxiety, 2. Physical grounding with feet, 3. The box breathing technique, 4. The woodchuck vocal warm-up, 5. Combining breath and voice, and 6. Ready for the stage. All right, let's jump right into part 1, beating public speaking anxiety.
Which brings us nicely to part 2, physical grounding with feet.
To actually beat public speaking anxiety, we're going to replace that awful anxiety spiral with some solid, evidence-based approaches to build up your long-term confidence. Research shows that managing anxiety isn't just a quick one-time trick, it's a continuous process of self-awareness. So let's dive into our first pillar, the body. We're going to use sensory grounding to bring your nervous system back to homeostasis. The goal here is to pull you completely out of your head and plant you firmly into the real world. Think about a serene landscape for a second and gently close your eyes. Grounding works by helping you focus entirely on the physical world rather than your internal racing thoughts or anticipatory fears. When you're truly present in your body, you immediately signal to your brain that you are safe. It brings your attention right back to the here and now.
Let's actually put this into practice. I want you to literally ground yourself right now through physical grounding with your feet. Go ahead and place both feet flat and firmly on the floor. Now wiggle your toes inside your shoes. Really notice how that feels, the texture of your socks, the actual weight of your legs. Dig your heels right into the ground to feel that physical connection. It sounds incredibly simple, but this act of physical grounding with your feet distracts your mind from fear, interrupts that anxiety spiral, and gives you a rock-solid foundation of physical stability.
Now let's move on to part 3, the box breathing technique.
With your body firmly grounded, we hit our second pillar, resetting your autonomic nervous system using a specific sequence of diaphragmatic breathing. This is where we take back control of your internal rhythm. We want to slow right down, and you're going to follow this pattern. Start with a hold. Just hold your breath. Then elongate your inhale. Make sure it's not less than 4 seconds. The longer is completely fine. Really expand your belly as you draw that air in. Then hold again. Finally, elongate the exhale, letting go of any tension in your jaw and neck, and repeat. Extending these specific phases literally forces your mind to stay focused and rapidly steadies your heart rate.
So how many times should you actually do this? Well, we highly recommend completing exactly 5 cycles of this elongated breathing. Doing box breathing 5 cycles is the absolute sweet spot to effectively steady your nervous system, build up some seriously resilient focus, and clear away that mental fog just minutes before you speak.
Okay, moving right along to part 4, the woodchuck vocal warm-up.
All right, your breath is nice and steady, so let's hit our third pillar, the voice. We're going to use a classic tongue twister here to build vocal agility, rhythm, and what linguistics call phonemic awareness. I want you to read this famous phrase out loud with me right now. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? As you say it, focus sharply on exaggerating those W and CH sounds. Really wake up your mouth, your jaw, and your facial muscles. Yeah, I know it feels a little goofy, but actors and professional speakers do this for a very specific reason. It forces your articulation muscles into absolute overdrive.
You see, practicing these complex, repetitive sound patterns forces your muscles to work much harder. The result? Sharper enunciation and incredibly confident English fluency. It basically trains your speech to flow effortlessly, cutting down on those unnecessary filler words like or By strengthening the physical coordination between your brain and your speech organs, you are actively stripping away hesitation.
Next up is part 5, combining breath and voice.
Now for the interactive climax. We're going to link our breath control directly with our articulation. This is where we combine diaphragmatic breathing plus the woodchuck. But notice the big shift here. We are dropping the strict counting. No count, do woodchuck. Instead of that 4-second breathing practice for box breathing, we replace the exhale phase entirely with our tongue twister. Let's try it together. Take a deep inhale, really letting your belly expand. Hold it to prepare. Now, on the exhale, boldly say, "How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?" Pause right there, hold it and maintain that internal control. Finally, on your last exhale, finish the phrase, "If a woodchuck could chuck wood." Combining breath control with vocalization like this gives you immense, game-changing power over your pacing and volume.
And that brings us to our final step, Part 6, ready for the stage.
Excellent work. Look at what you just did. By actively linking the physical sensation of your grounded feet with steady diaphragmatic breath control and sharp vocal agility, you've completely transformed that pre-speech anxiety into calm, commanding energy. You didn't just ignore your nerves, you chemically and physically overwrote them. Take this 3-pillar warm-up with you into your next big presentation, pitch, or meeting. Remember, true stage presence isn't an accident, and it definitely isn't just for naturally extroverted people. It is simply a matter of focused physical preparation. So now that your body is grounded, your breath is steady, and your voice is crystal clear, what powerful message will you step on stage and share with the world today?